Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installment of Topical Punch.
Great name. It's a great name.
So just sit back in and drink it all in, man. Here with me, we got. You can introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Yomarz from the channel Yomarz. I do video game reviews and I talk about shitty phone games. And today I'm talking about the Nintendo Switch with Desthetic.
That's me. And this past week we've got a lot of news about the Switch. We did a video previously where it was more like they just introduced the Switch, sort of just like basic concepts of it. They didn't really talk about much in terms of games, specs, that sort of stuff. But now we got a whole brothel of information, and we are going to sort of look into that, see what we think about it, any things we like about it, things we're concerned about, things we're looking forward to, things we want out of it. Just kind of more of a rambly kind of talk thing. So it's probably going to go all over the place, but, that's just how we talk normally. So.
Oh, I'm going to go all over the place. Ooh.
Oh,
I know you're going to switch your Switch. Wait.
Okay, first things first. Does the Switch actually have a switch on it?
Does it? Yeah, no, it has a power button, right?
Is it a switch?
I think it's a button.
Because that'd be really cool to have, like a light switch kind of thing.
Or like a PC power switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to go that janky.
Instead, they go back to motion controls.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Apparently, it works better.
I mean, I would hope so. I hope so. This technology that's like 10 years after the Wii works better.
And I assume you can't hook up your Wiimote or your other Wii peripherals and use that, so they're going to require the more high-fidelity motion control stuff.
Probably not. But the cool thing about it is that I can definitely see more Wii games getting ported over, like maybe Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 combo.
That would be cool, yeah.
Perhaps. Skyward Sword, other games with motion controls that the Wii U could not have done.
They're doing GameCube Virtual Console on the Switch, not Wii Virtual Console, right?
They just mentioned GameCube. Okay. Which, should be cool. I mean, everyone likes the GameCube.
It's got a handle. It's amazing.
Yeah, they announced Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Sunshine, and yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. The Switch tablet does have
Luigi's Mansion. That was the other game.
Yeah. The Switch tablet.
Oh, and apparently Animal Crossing is being tested.
It does have a power button, not a switch. Yeah. It's on the tablet itself in the top left corner.
But maybe you can explain to people why it's called the Switch.
Why is it called the Switch?
Well, because you can go from your TV to mobile.
You can switch.
Kind of like the Wii U did. But this works better. This is a lot more mobile than just being like in proximity of the console. This can actually go around. And with 3 hours of battery life, which some people are complaining about, but I mean, like, are you going to be going around like 3 hours at a time playing this game, like, often?
Hey, what if I'm on my my 5-hour flight and I really want to play the Switch the entire time?
I imagine there might end up being like a power adapter thing, maybe.
Yeah, and also like there are battery banks that people carry around everywhere. That totally works too.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big deal. 3 hours is gonna be plenty of time for you to just whip it out on the bus. Hehehe.
Yeah. Speaking of charging, actually, I found this out a little before we started this. Apparently, the Switch comes with like a grip controller thing. You can put like the Joy-Cons, which are like the Wiimotes for this thing.
Wait, does it come with that, or is that additional? You have to pay for that?
I think it comes with it, but here's the catch. It's just a piece of plastic. You actually have to like pay more for like the charging thing for it on the thing. But here's the catch for the catch.
Oh.
It's not a battery. It's like it's USB basically. So if you want to play like the Joy-Cons out of the tablet thing while it's charging, you can't. Like, it's not battery powered.
Wait, the Joy-Cons aren't battery powered?
The Joy-Con charging grip?
Yeah.
It's not like a chargeable battery like pack thing on it.
Oh, okay.
It's like you have to have it plugged in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which is another $30 accessory if you want to use that. But again, this is another like I mentioned before. The Joy-Cons are supposed to last for a while, so I don't see it would be that much of an issue like compared to like like a PS3 or PS4 controller. I never had a problem. I'm like, ugh, this is terrible. If only I had this.
That's true. Yeah.
Like sure, once a blue moon, I'd be like, oh, I gotta charge it, but it's not that much of a hassle.
Yeah, I wonder how long. Wait, did they say how long the battery life lasts on the Joy-Cons? Is it like 20 hours or something?
Mention. Yeah, some long time. Okay. But it's not. Yeah, it's not like a Game Gear. Yeah, 20 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's. Yeah, just let it charge overnight.
Compared to the Wiimote, these seem really small.
Yeah, and I still don't buy like how using both of them as separate controllers is a good idea. Like just how they're both ergonomically different. Because with I think it would be the right Joy-Con, the control stick is in the direct center, but with the left Joy-Con, the 4 buttons are in the direct center.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So if you're not like comfortable with one controller, the other player is screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe you can. No, 'cause you can't hold it upside down because all the other buttons will be messed up too.
Yeah.
So maybe like the games they use for that, for like the 2-player, would be simple. Because one of the games they showed 1-2 Switch, which should have been bundled with the console. That and ARM should have been bundled. The games they showed they seemed to be just simple, like press a button kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like nothing seemed that complicated, which they're probably taking into consideration. I'm sure.
Super simple activities, just motion control stuff. It reminds me a lot of wait, did you ever play what is that game? Sports Friends? It was on PS3 and PS4.
No.
Okay, well it was like this multiplayer sports game with a bunch of made up sports, and one of them was
actually yes. I think we played at Evans.
Oh, did we? Yeah. One of the games on there wasn't an actual video game in that like it was called Johann Sebastian Joust. And it was this game where you use move controllers and you go around a room and you try to like joust each other. But you're not like interacting with a screen. You're just, playing in a room looking at each other, not looking at a screen or a video.
Yeah, that's like that Western game on the 1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
Which again, what's half of a video game? Video.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just trying to make experiences. They're not necessarily having to sit with a doctrine of gaming.
Think about it from this perspective, okay? If that's the one game you get, you are essentially paying $360 and you more or less for like some toy guns.
Yeah, which is why people aren't gonna buy 1-2 Switch because it's not bundled with the game and nobody wants to play that.
They should just in like Wii Sports or something.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they had 1-2 Switch bundled with the system to show off all the cool HD rumble and like all that fancy schmancy stuff, then that would be neat. People would actually be interested because that shows off all the new technology of the Switch.
Right.
But it's not, so nobody's gonna try it. So that game's gonna be forgotten in like a year.
I wish they also bundled ARMS because the game looks pretty fun, but it's not a game I'd buy. Not for like full price.
Yeah, they needed to bundle at least any game. They have nothing.
It's a track record Nintendo has fairly kept consistently.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, like what other games have they really bundled besides like Wii Sports and stuff and like Mario Bros?
When they have all this interesting new technology, they need a game that shows it off. I doubt Zelda is going to be the game to show off all the crazy new technology of the Switch in a way that's, new and revolutionary.
No, because it's also going to be on the Wii U.
Yeah, they can't make it a completely different game. So people were just going to buy it for Nintendo games and not really care, like the Nintendo games they know, like the Mario and the Zelda, and not really care about the stuff that takes advantage of the new tech.
Yeah, they try like some like cool tech demo thing. Yeah. Like Wii Sports.
Like, what is it? PlayStation with their PlayStation, like the PS4 experience with the iToy or something, where you interact with...
iToy is PS2.
I don't know. There was that thing where you hook up the camera and you can interact with the little like PlayStation robot things.
Yeah, my friend Kevin, actually, I still have it at my house. We're playing that, and we had that. I mean, it was it wasn't really fun, but it was just like, oh, I get how this thing works now because of it.
Yeah, you get the technology because you see a live demonstration of it. You get to interact with it. Whereas in Zelda, I'm sure there's going to be a point where there's a mini game and then the controller rumbles in a certain way because of that specific mini game, and you can only feel that on the Nintendo Switch version.
I mean, they're probably like banking on the fact that Zelda just, I mean, it looks amazing. Yeah. They're probably banking on that like aspect that people would just buy it anyway.
Yeah, people are going to buy it anyway. But I just think that...
But, you know, people could also buy it on Wii U, so...
Well, nobody has a Wii U. I have a Wii U, but nobody else
does.
Yeah,
but people who like have one, or even people who can't get a Switch because it's sold out everywhere.
That's true. It did sell out super fast.
Also, apparently there was a interview with Reggie recently talking about like the Switch and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, we're gonna try and get as much out there because we don't have the same problem we had with the NES Classic Edition. Which apparently, this was his reasoning for it. Apparently, they figure that people owns all these games on like Virtual Console and stuff already, so they wouldn't want to buy it again.
But that's Nintendo's entire marketing thing. Sell you the same game you bought on 5 other systems again. That's what they've been trying to do for years.
Yeah, and people did mention about like what about games we have on like previous consoles, and they're like, you know, they didn't say anything specific, but they didn't like rule anything out. So we could possibly be seeing like another like game transfer thing like we saw with the like Wii U Virtual Console.
You mean where you have to buy them again?
And such. I mean, yeah, for like a cheap amount. I mean, they haven't announced anything. That's just my speculation.
Is it really so hard to just have a Nintendo account where your purchases are saved, and then like when you buy fucking Zelda 2, then it's on every single system that can play it?
Well, they want you to buy it again.
Yeah. But apparently, according to Nintendo, you already own all these things, so why would they manufacture more than 5 per store?
You want to own at least 10 different copies of Super Mario Bros.
You have to get 10 holes punched in your Mario Bros. Punch card, and then you can get a free Mario Bros.
I mean, they have the whole thing like the subscription based thing for like the internet and stuff, where you can get a free NES and a free Super Nintendo game.
Only for a month, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy it.
But PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, when they give you a free game for the month, they give you it for like the entirety of your subscription. With Nintendo, they're still taking it away after a month, and they're only giving you like 30-year-old games. They're not going to give you, you know, newer games or older games on that platform. They're just going to give you Virtual Console stuff. So even then, when it's like 1 step forward, it's just 2 steps back.
And PlayStation, you don't need to pay for basic internet.
Wait, do you have to pay for basic internet on Nintendo Switch? I thought it was just for special online features like...
Is online? I mean, I don't know how much internet are they going to have on it.
I feel like they wouldn't make a subscription just for everybody to access like downloading games or just...
Okay, well, so the PlayStation, you can still play online without having to pay for internet.
Yeah.
And like access store and all that stuff. It was just for like the extra like premium membership you could do that with. Which seems like could also like hurt the market for this, potentially.
Well, I think even less people are going to be interested in Splatoon because now you have to pay for it. If the entire appeal of it is to play online, how many people are really going to buy a Nintendo console and pay probably another subscription, another online gaming subscription just to play Splatoon online?
No, I don't have a Wii U, but do you have to pay for online capabilities for...
No, not at all.
So you can just play normal Splatoon on the Wii U for free.
Yeah, you can play any game. Like, I guess the same would be for Mario. The 2 games that they have on Switch that are going to be like the online games are going to be Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 2. Mm-hmm. And both of those you could just play for free on the Wii U.
Like, I think with like when they show like the Splatoon 2 trailer, like the whole time you're watching it, it's like this looks like it's just on the Wii U. Like, if you didn't know, like, some of the extra, like, items stuff they had, it looks like the exact same game. It looks like they just, like, added some stuff and labeled 2 right on it. Which, you know, I'm probably wrong, but that's just judging from the trailer.
From an outsider perspective, like, just judging based on what you see, it doesn't look all that different.
The other thing that kind of annoys me about the Switch, also, you know, again, we pre-ordered the Switch, so we bought it, we're getting it.
True. That is true, we both pre-ordered it. So we're both suckers. We're both on that fucking Nintendo bandwagon, but oh man, it kind of irks me some of the things they're doing.
So you want to tell everyone how much gigs is on it?
The storage space, internal storage on the Nintendo Switch is 32 gigabytes. That's it.
Woo!
It is expandable though, so you can put in additional storage space in the form of micro SD cards.
Yeah, up to 2 terabytes, which I don't think you can even buy those.
That's a 2 terabyte. Can you actually? Is there a USB port? Can you just plug in like a hard drive?
I'd assume no, but I'm reading this article. This actually posted like 2 days ago that Zelda Breath of the Wild requires 13.4 storage space. So that's about half.
13.4 gigs.
Little under half.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is nice, but again, like look at a game like Grand Theft Auto 5. That thing is 60 gigs. You can't play that on a normal Switch. And you think Nintendo learned about this when they released the Wii, when they released like I think it was like the 8 gig version. Was that the white one or the Wii U?
Yeah.
Like 8 gigs?
8 gigs. I think there was a version of the Xbox 360 that had like 4 gigs. And that was in 2006, 7, something like that. And that was still a mistake.
Who thinks this is a reasonable amount in this day and age when games are progressively getting bigger and people are getting more games?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's enough to store all your data and everything if you're just buying physical games. But lots of people are going to be downloading games, so I think they just expect people to get storage.
It seems like the Switch, some people were estimated to be a bit cheaper than it was. I think 300 is fine, especially considering the current price for a Wii U isn't that much less.
Yeah.
You can get it for like 200, probably at the lowest. It's usually around like 220, 250. Which is probably the reason why I wanted to get a Switch, because the games look really good. It's more of just the hardware stuff that kind of irks me.
Yeah.
About it, because like you got like, oh, okay, I get this, it's not bundled with the game, gotta get a game, need a charging, gotta get the charging, I need space, gotta get a micro SD, I need this, gotta get that, gotta get the Pro Controller. That's like more, you gotta get the Pro Controller that's more expensive than any game they have on it.
But it's
they've been working on Breath of the Wild for years, and the controller is pricier than that.
Well, that's a whole different debate
just
about
a gamepad.
That's a whole different debate about like the value of games and all that stuff. But
I mean, that's just like sort of nowadays thing. How controllers are like super expensive, but just like a controller like that. And there are plenty of third party stuff coming out for like controller support and stuff. So you'll have to look into that. Like Hyperkin and stuff is doing a ton.
Get your Rocketfish gaming controller.
Get your Switch fishing rod controller.
Reeling that Sega Bass.
Sega Bass fishing. Hey, you got one for Dreamcast, got one for 64. Keep it
Get
up.
The Wu-Tang controller for Switch. That's what I want.
It's funny enough, I was actually looking up recently. I found 2 of them. They're from like Europe. It was on the pricier side. I'm like, oh, I'm very tempted. Very tempted.
How much was it?
The shipping was a lot because it was from like England.
Oh, okay.
But it was a bit under 100. But I'm very tempted. If it wasn't for me like getting spending all this money on the Switch in March 3rd, which is apparently it's sold out, and all major retailers sold out within 3 days.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took that long.
Yeah, I mean, I got it as soon as they said it. Like thing ended after. Cause I thought they started pre-ordering in like a few days or a week or however long, but they started doing it like right after the presentation. So I pre-ordered like once, like 1 in the morning.
Eastern time.
Yeah, Eastern Maryland.
Yeah, you pre-ordered it at 1. I pre-ordered it at like 1:45, and like our local store was sold out at that point. At least I bought the neon one. It was sold out on the neon one.
At Best Buy. Yeah, I got the neon one too, because neon looks the best.
Yeah. I mean, it's really tacky, but I like it.
It looks like Dr. Mario pills.
It's kind of garish, but I like it just because it's not gray and looks like every single other thing.
It has color.
It doesn't look like every other
console. I
love
color.
Like, I'm looking at the top row of all my game systems. All of them are black. My PS3, my Xbox 360, my Wii U, it's all black. Just I want something different.
Like, that's why I love the 64. 64, you can get different colors, right? Like, on your colors, but you can still get in black and still have colorful controllers with it.
Yeah.
Like, you always have options. which that's why I like it. I'm sure there'll be like skins. 'Cause I think I did see a Zelda skin already.
Oh yeah.
Pre-order like a thing for the Switch. That looks pretty cool.
You know what they need to do transparent plastic again. They should have done like a purple transparent plastic for the Joy-Cons. That would have been great.
I want mine made of stone.
Oh, but the Pro controller is transparent plastic. Yeah, It's dark gray transparent plastic. I don't think it's entirely transparent plastic. I think it's just the center bit. The grips are matte.
Yeah, woo! I miss like just the rainbow of colors systems. Like the last thing I can think of something like that was the GameCube.
Yeah, it was.
You had like spice orange, platinum, black, all these really cool stuff.
The Xbox had the lime green Mountain Dew Xbox.
We did it a little more towards the end with the red and blue ones, but those are just mainly they were different models that they had like different capabilities.
Yeah. And Xbox 360 had different skins under the sun, just like every other thing you can imagine.
Yeah, but nowadays it's all about just like the decals, like skins and stuff, which is cool because I can make my PlayStation 4 look like it's made of gold or made of wood or something. Which I'm still tempted to get those. So that's pretty cool. I'm expecting to see a lot more stuff like that for the Switch.
Some wood paneling on your Switch.
Hey man, everything's better with wood paneling.
Classy.
So any games are you looking forward to?
I mean Zelda, obviously.
Yeah, I mean Zelda and Mario were like the big ones.
I mean I want to get Mario just because it's Mario, but I am kind of worried because I'm sure it'll be fantastic because it's a Nintendo Mario game, but I don't know. It just like the art style doesn't appeal to me at all because they switch but they switch art styles so often. There's like one that's kind of vectory, low poly graphics, and then there's some that are super high detail and others that are less high detail and look more Mario-y with the bright colors and things. But like the hub world, you're just going around a real ass city and it's really off-putting in a Mario game. I'm sure I'll get used to it.
You can pay rent.
You can yell at your landlord. You can
grab a taxi.
Literally. Just put your hands on it.
It'll be because I'm sure this would have like a ton of worlds in it. So I'm just interested in how varied the art style will be, or if they're showing off like the specific ones that are different.
I'm sure a lot of it's that. Maybe it's gonna be worlds that have different kind of aesthetics to them.
Because I'm sure the thing that will saves most of Mario games is the gameplay. Because I'm sure a lot of people saw Sunshine and was kind of turned off by it for being Mario being a plumber and cleaning the shit from the city.
Yeah, I'm sure the gameplay is going to be top notch. It always is with these games. Yeah,
yeah, I can definitely see that. Cause it felt really weird, just being like, oh, realistic people in a like New York. What?
Yeah, you're just.
This doesn't feel like Mario.
You're in a real city with real looking people. Like Mario's supposed to be a real person, but now you're in a city with proportional people that don't have big noses and big heads and round bodies.
Yeah, I'm used to everyone looking like little mushroom people.
What would have been neat is if they had all the real people looking like Mario art style, where all of them were cartoony. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, now it just looks like Sonic Adventure.
But it's better graphics.
Oh, you're telling me it has better graphics than Sonic Adventure, a game from the Dreamcast?
Oh yeah, I'm also excited for Mario Kart 8.
Oh yeah,
because I don't own Mario Kart 8 yet, and they're not just porting it over. They're adding all the DLC. They're adding new stages, new characters, new modes.
Yeah,
like that's what I like to see. Though I am a bit sad they didn't announce Super Smash Bros. Deluxe, but I'd be surprised if they don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially if they're porting over Melee.
They're definitely gonna do Smash Bros. Brawl Deluxe, not Brawl. What would they call it?
Super Smash Bros. For the Switch?
but it wouldn't be a new game, so they can't really.
Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U on the Switch Deluxe.
There you go. Send that to the patent office.
The only game I'm actually I probably won't get it, but I'm kind of excited for Bomberman because I'm a big Bomberman fan. Because that was like my childhood.
Yeah.
Bomberman Hero is great. Also, Project Octopath Traveler I'm excited for. It's like a role-playing game that looks like it has pixel art, but it looks kind of 3D. I'm excited for that.
Hmm.
Come on, that's I think that's Square Enix. Octopath Traveler.
Traveler.
I always call it Octo something. It's not like it's. I don't know if it's its official name, but it probably ends up being. We're getting Minecraft. We're getting.
Oh, great! Now you can get Minecraft on another system.
We're getting the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Oh, great! We're getting Skyrim on another system.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I was actually kind of surprised to see Xenoverse 2.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Quest games, which they only announced for in Japan, which that makes me kind of worried. Because it's a popular series.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty popular. There's an Untitled Pokemon game in the works.
Oh man, there's something called Project Sonic 2017.
Yeah, that was Sega talked about that when they had the whole Mania.
Oh,
thing.
okay, right, yeah.
Because it's the one that's supposed to be like
Generations.
Generations
right, yes,
2.
yes. The one that was like
Yeah, so it's going to be for other. Yeah, so we're getting plenty of other third-party stuff, a lot of third-party stuff, which Nintendo needs.
Yeah.
We're getting like Sonic, Ukulele, Skyrim and stuff like that.
The thing is, I feel like with the Switch not being as powerful as other systems, and definitely it's not going to be as powerful as Sony and Microsoft's next-gen consoles, I feel like that huge list of third-party developers that they had a couple months ago, that's going to dwindle really fast. Because people just aren't going to want to make games just for the Switch.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of worried about longevity about that.
The tablet screen is 720p.
Yay! The future!
Makes me a little sad that should be 1080, but whatever.
It's a small enough screen. It's not the biggest deal. I'm sure it's a nice screen, though.
But also third-party games, apparently like, the whole thing about Switch was like, there's so many different play styles, so people can like sort of develop their games around that. So they're not like stuck on like making like a game for a gamepad, like Arkham Armored Edition or something like that. So I'm just curious how that will turn out, because I do think this will get third party. I mean, it'll probably just end up being all ports and stuff.
Yeah, older games.
Like I don't know how many would be like exclusives.
Yeah.
But actually, exclusive games. There's actually a fair amount. Nintendo, Capcom, Nintendo, Konami, Nintendo. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. That should be interesting.
The final challengers.
It's an updated version of the Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers is an updated version of the 1991 fighting game Street Fighter 2.
Oh boy, finally.
I mean, we got the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD remix back in 2008, and I got that. I mean, it was fun. But this includes Violent Ken. Ooh, that's interesting. I haven't seen him since SNK vs. Capcom. And that includes like multiplayer or like a 2 vs. 1 fights, and that should be fun. I don't see it being like a big tournament thing, because I'm surprised they didn't. Well, I guess PlayStation sort of owns the thing for Ultra Street Fighter, or for Street Fighter 5 now.
Oh yeah.
But that would have been great to have. Like, of all these games they're having, I think they need better multiplayer third-party games, like a Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Or like a more like a normal like a current Street Fighter game. But I think like what are the other like stuff we got? We got like FIFA, I think.
I'm sure FIFA's gonna be a big seller all over the world. That's gonna sell systems.
Yeah, but probably not so much America.
No, not America.
Because that's like the one place.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley. Steep.
Ooh, Stardew Valley.
Steep is interesting. Yeah, Sonic Mania. Interesting. Rayman Legends. Yeah. I'm just looking at the game lineup, and like nothing really sticks out to me. It's like, oh, that's great.
The game lineup is like play the greatest hits of the past couple years.
Yeah, I mean, I do like how, because everyone's like, oh, I want a new F-Zero game, new Star Fox. But I do like how Nintendo's trying to push their newer stuff, like Xenoblade 2 and Splatoon 2.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And try and like get out like newer stuff. Fire Emblem Warriors, they've been pushing Fire Emblem a lot more recently.
Because if there's one thing Nintendo hates, it's making money. So they don't want to make the things that'll make money.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have, F-Zero or Metroid or anything. But again, this is just like the initial game list. I'm sure it'll like, develop.
Yeah.
More so, because as soon as Nintendo like comes out with something, it's just like, oh, awesome. Which sort of what they did with the Wii U, because now the Wii U has a really good game market, but it's it's a console that sort of killed it, unfortunately. And I feel like that could be the same for the Switch.
What version of Zelda did you get, by the way?
I just got the regular.
Just the regular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy the game. I'm probably just gonna buy it digital when I get the system. But have you seen how? Or did you see how fast the Master Edition sold out?
No, what's in the Master Edition?
It comes with a carrying case for the Switch. It comes with a little statue of the Master Sword, a map of Hyrule, a nice black box that's all sleek with the letter Z on it.
Ooh.
It comes with the soundtrack, and it comes with a collectible coin. And the game, obviously.
Sounds pretty
and
great.
The game. But yeah, it sold out like instantly, of course. And the thing sold for like I think it's $130, something crazy like that.
Oh wow! I mean, it sounds really cool, but I wouldn't get it. I rarely get special editions unless it's like pretty cheap. Like I mean, I'm getting the Sonic Mania special edition. I'm getting the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 limited edition, which is like the same price as the game. Same thing when the collector's edition for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 came out. Came with like an art book and everything for the same price.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I usually don't get like expensive. I think the only time I can think of I got like a super cool limited edition was Mortal Kombat 9.
What was in that?
They came with the it was the two, it was a Scorpion and Sub-Zero bookends.
Statue
bookends.
Yeah. Those are pretty
and
cool.
it came with the art. And it came with the art book and pre-order DLC and with like a cool box. It was really cool.
Yeah, those are neat. Those are actually usable.
Yeah.
It's not just something that will collect dust on your shelf. Well, I guess it literally collects dust on your shelf, but
I mean, right now it's collecting dust because I'm already using because they're big. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're really big bookends. But yeah, judging from like the initial game list they have right now, I'll get Zelda, I'll get Mario, probably Mario Kart 8, Octopath Traveler. I might get maybe Bomberman, maybe Ultra Fire, and that's like 6 games right there.
Yeah.
And Mario doesn't even come out till the holiday at the current moment. So there's there are games.
When does Mario Kart come out?
April.
Okay.
April 28th.
Okay. So like pretty soon after.
Yeah, so they've been they do have games throughout the year. So you can get one game, you can get Zelda at launch, play it for a while, then get Mario Kart, play that for a while, then get whatever comes out, I don't know, Shovel Knight or something. If you haven't played it, you should play. But if you haven't played it, that game's getting DLC soon.
If you haven't played Shovel Knight, play it on Switch. If you haven't played Skyrim, play it on Switch. If you haven't played Lego City Underground, play it on Switch.
If you haven't played Skylanders.
Oh yeah, Skylanders.
Which apparently GameStop stopped taking trade-ins for Skylanders.
Well, does nobody buy them?
I mean, I don't know, I guess.
Okay.
Also interesting GameStop fact I found out. Because they don't, at least the one because they don't sell retro games there, but they take back retro games.
You can trade them in there, right?
Right. Yeah, so they have to label all the retro games as defective.
Really?
Yeah, because they technically can't sell them, so they have to call them defective, so they have to send them, so they can send it back to the warehouse.
That's an interesting.
To do whatever they do.
I'm sure they just do that to save costs, so they don't have to print new labels that say retro game.
Yeah, because I was there I was talking to my friend who works there, and he's like, "Hey, check this out, Super Mario 64." I'm like, "Awesome! Is it broken? It says defective on it." He's like, "Oh no, it's not. It works fine."
Okay.
I mean, it's GameStop we're talking about, though. For all we know, it could be like NASCAR, in the Mario shell.
That's true.
Oh my God! They got Cube Life Survival HD. That is true.
Wait, Cube Life Survival HD.
Cube Life Island Survival HD. You know that really shitty Wii U Minecraft ripoff? Yep, that's gonna be on the Switch in HD.
Wait, it was HD on the Wii U.
Yeah, but this one specifically says HD.
The other one wasn't HD enough. This one's more HD.
Yeah, no, it's an HD remake
on a 720p screen.
I'm gonna send you the link, right? Because I'm not even joking about this. With Cube Life Island Survival becoming very popular on the Wii U, Capronia, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, has announced Cube Life Island Survival HD, an HD remake of Cube Life Island Survival coming for Nintendo Switch and competitor console PlayStation 4.
Wait, but Minecraft's on PS4. Who's gonna buy this?
The original Wii U. Oh, Minecraft is going to be on the Switch too.
Why would anybody buy this?
I don't know, it's cheaper. I don't know. The original Wii U game output in HD, and not much else has changed. No other news about the HD has been released.
Oh, here's an interesting question though. So the Wii U version of Minecraft was notorious for not having any kind of touchpad support for menus or anything. So do you think the Switch version will? Because they did announce that the Switch tablet is multi-touch. They kind of just snuck. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, they announced that.
I didn't even
Really?
hear that.
That was because
No.
they just threw that out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, by the way, it's multi-touch. We're not going to show any demonstrations showing how it's multi-touch, but it is multi-touch. So now you know it's multi-touch. Yeah.
Which means Wii U ports are a lot more likely. I'm hoping we get Mario Maker.
They're going to put all the games that were big on Wii U and put them on this system that'll sell more than the Wii U, so people will actually play them. It makes sense.
And you know what? I would do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a Wii U. I've just... Like, the last Nintendo console I got, like, when it was still fairly new, was the GameCube. Because my brother got a Wii when it first came out, and I like game for that, but I didn't buy my own Wii until like, many years later, and I skipped out on the. There have been plenty of times where I considered buying Wii U, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the prices didn't drop down enough for me,
Yeah.
like I was anticipating, because it's Nintendo. I'm sure one day, maybe. We'll see what gets ported over and what doesn't.
If everything good gets ported over, there's really no purpose in getting a Wii U. Unless you just want to complete a Nintendo shelf or something. So there you go. That's the summary. The Switch is probably going to be better than the Wii U in every way.
And they did say that it's not going to replace the 3DS, and I don't think it will, because...
Didn't they say that they're going to put Pokemon on it, though? Like, a version of the new Pokemon?
It's just a, this is going to be a Pokemon game, untitled Pokemon game.
Okay.
They didn't say what it is or what, no release date or anything about it. God, could you imagine if they announced that for launch? Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, it surprised me, like, all these games they announced, and, like, when you think about, like, Nintendo's, like, they should know, like, the couple of games, all they need to announce is, like, Pokemon, Zelda, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Like, a couple of these games, like Smash Bros. Deluxe or whatever, would just, like, sell it so much more than just, like, ARMS and Splatoon 2.
The thing is, announcing Pokemon for the Switch would anger so many parents who just bought a 3DS for their kid with Pokemon, because the 3DS sold like hotcakes over winter.
Like, if they make a different game, that'd be different.
True, yeah. Yeah, I guess the rumors were that they were going to put Sun and Moon or some other, like, Pokemon Yellow type. I guess they'd call it Star or something. I don't know.
I mean, people have been saying that since, like, Pokemon Gray and Pokemon Z.
Oh, true.
And Pokemon Delta Emerald.
Did they not do that anymore?
No, they did Black and White 2, and then they did, like, a movie that about, like, Z or something like that. Oh. But they never, like, no, they haven't done that. And everyone was expecting there to be, like, a Delta Emerald, because they sort of, like, hinted at, like, various things in the game. Battle Frontier not being in. They said, like, currently under construction. They never made another game. But, I don't know, maybe we can, like, Pokemon Snap, too, or something. I don't. Why was everyone so excited about Pokemon Snap being on the Wii U Virtual Console? It was on the Wii Virtual Console. What? Like what?
People were just happy that they're putting something else on the Wii U.
They're
like, oh,
out of all the games,
don't let it die slowly.
I mean, obvious games like 1-2 Switch and ARMS, I expect, because it's like showing what the Switch can do.
Yeah.
But there are some launch games kind of like, eh.
Honestly, I'm only gonna get Zelda and like Mario Kart until Mario comes out. I'm not gonna buy 1-2 Switch. I'm not gonna buy ARMS probably, because just they're full price games, and I'm not gonna wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they should not be full. They should not be full price. I'm excited for Bomberman, but I probably won't get it until just like if there's nothing like out in the summer, then maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all these games are full price, and you're already buying a console on top of that.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of consoles and companies do this, but it doesn't make it any better.
Yeah. It's interesting, but it doesn't justify the full price tag.
Bomberman does have co-op mode, so we could play that.
Ooh.
And I do like Bomberman.
I liked Bomberman as a kid. Haven't played one in a while.
Although I am more of a fan of Bomberman Hero. That's a great game. And I really like, because like do like the maze like Bomberman games, but I feel like the adventure stuff was just really great. Like the 64 is like best time for Bomberman. I remember having the one for GameCube. That one was just really weird. It was like kind of this RPG thing with animals. It was
For
weird.
GameCube?
Yeah, it was like Bomberman Generations or something like that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought about like trying to play it because I don't remember like much from it. I just remember I had it at some point. But yeah, so again, we pre-ordered the Switch, so we did complain stuff about it, but we did,
Ultimately, we got it.
There are things. Yeah, well, we're getting it because again, the thing is, like you mentioned before, just the games look really good on it. Like I'm like give it a year, like after your wallet doesn't just gets more stuff in it. There would be cool games. The fact that you can has like all the different control styles and different ways to play. And they're getting a lot more third-party support, which is something the Wii U desperately needed, didn't get. Good, anyway. You're getting a lot of good stuff on it, and they're only going to announce like more stuff for it. And I feel like they're definitely putting a lot more effort into this than the Wii U.
Oh, it really feels like that, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure they definitely realized just how much of a failure the Wii U was.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3DS was sort of a failure to begin with, too, but, Nintendo has a pretty good track record of picking back up.
Yeah. Like, the 3DS is super popular now, at the end of its life.
Yeah, well, they had, like, the new 3DS and, like, the XL and the XL and whatever.
So what did it ultimately for you in buying it, and pre-ordering it, I mean? So what was it that, like, flipped the switch?
Maybe, like, I don't know, I think it had to do with just the price of the Wii U.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I do want to get like a new gen Nintendo console, because there are plenty of games, and I looked at them like it's not benefiting getting a Wii U at this point, honestly. Like if you can get a Switch, there's no reason not to get a Wii U. There's no reason to get a Wii U, basically. At this point, just because the prices are so similar. This one's newer. It looks better, better game. Zelda, the last trailer they showed from Zelda just blew my mind. Like, the game looks so good.
Yeah, it really does.
It looks really well, and it's the kind of game that, like, unlike Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, it's gonna be like more open world, so you can have a lot more. I feel like you can have more time playing the game. Just like exploring, just doing whatever. Yeah. And they're having they're just putting so much more effort into it, and yeah, the specs are kind of like shit, but again, you can expand it, you can get things for the controllers. And they are trying to port stuff, from past consoles over, not just from new stuff, but from old stuff too.
And Nintendo consoles never have the highest end specs, so they always make amazing looking games and amazing playing games that fit their console. So if you're just buying for first party, you're probably in good hands. Which everybody buying Nintendo consoles is just buying for first party, really.
Yeah, and again, it's nothing like SD cards can't do. So you can always just buy more memory, and they're not as big games like PS4. It is really gimmicky, and it does kind of well, why are you going back to mush controls? That's past its time.
Maybe they can finally get it right.
But just again, with the play styles, you can do it. You don't have to do it. Like with the Wii U gamepad, you had the gamepad. Like that's how you played. This one, you can make it a controller. You can make it like a gamepad. You can make it handheld. Like you can really sort of choose what you want to do with it. And again, between just the game lineup, which seem like they're putting a lot more effort into it, and especially for the games to come, like we'll eventually see, like Pokemon or maybe a good Metroid game or F-Zero or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath for those because it's Nintendo. Yeah, between the price range for it, because it's not $400 like PS4 was. I mean, it can't play Blu-rays or anything.
Yeah.
Even though it plays Blu-ray games. Yeah, again, between the price points and just the games for it, I think that was sort of enough for me to get it. And also my longing for wanting a newer Nintendo console.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that.
What about you though?
For me, it was a combination of I wasn't hyped for this thing really at all. Well, I saw the initial trailer, I was like, that's neat.
Like, I wasn't crazy overhyped either, but there was enough. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
like at the time when that first trailer came out, I was like, that's cool. I'll maybe get it in a couple years. But then when they had all this stuff that came out, I just saw game after game that I was like, I want to play that. I want to play that too. That looks really good. I never got to play that on Wii U, so I want to buy that now. And I figured that it would sell out by the morning. It didn't. I mean, most of it did, but
Took 3 days.
3 days to sell out completely. So I just was like, fuck it, I'll buy it eventually, so I'll buy it now. Wait, I would buy it eventually, so I might as well just buy it now.
Yeah, because normally buying a console at launch isn't the best idea.
No.
Like, look at the Switch, look at the 3DS. Although 3DS got the whole Ambassador Pass, which those games have so late to come out. Why don't they put Game Boy Advance games on the 3DS Virtual Console? I don't know. I don't know. Why did they put those on the Wii U before making it like widely available for the 3DS? I will never know.
I don't know.
I'm sure there'd be enough stuff coming out for this because the games on this look better than Wii U games. like Zelda. Like, look at Zelda compared to... What did Wii U get? Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Both GameCube games.
Yeah. Yeah, they just didn't put enough attention to the Wii U. It could have been a great system, but...
Like, if they're doing that for Zelda, like, you know, in Mario... Like, they didn't show too much. Mario looks really good. I mean, yeah, the art style is a bit jarring at times, but... it does look good.
Yeah, no, it does
like
look good.
Like, the graphics and everything.
And gameplay is what really matters there. And the gameplay looks spot on.
He can spin dash. He can throw his hat like a
His
boomerang.
hat has eyes. It's alive.
Yeah, but just imagine, though, like, looking at, like, in the future, like, when they announce more games, like, they announce Metroid. Imagine what that would look like. Imagine what F-Zero would look like. Or, you know, like, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, really.
Like imagine another 3D Donkey Kong game, or, you know, or anything. Imagine all these great games with just all this effort put into it.
It's so sad, but it's true. Imagine these games with effort. That's the promise of the Nintendo Switch. We might be suckers. Nintendo might pull the carpet out from our rugs, and then there's like no support for this in the future. And it's the same story as the Wii U, where third-party support dies off, and then the console dies off, and then this thing is sold
And
for like
it only gets popular towards its end.
So it might be the same thing, but it's at least more promising from the start.
Yeah, and they're porting more games over. Like, you know, like you're gonna be able to play Sunshine. You know, you're probably gonna be able to play other like past game, like even older games like Super Metroid, or, you know, ported games like Mario Kart 8. You know, there's like you're not just limited to this one thing or like a couple of Virtual Console titles. Like, they're like putting everything they have, which, you know, we'll see how much they have to put in. But from what they showed, I was impressed. I don't know if it was more of just because, like, my standards were a lot lower. I mean, I guess obviously we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, that's honestly
And
what
within a year and what they announce and how the games end up. And
yeah, the only thing we can really do is wait and see.
And it's actually really recent. You know, it's only like a month and a half.
Yeah, it's coming out too soon.
Yeah, I mean, people sort of expected it to come out around the time, but people, I guess, weren't anticipating to be like, oh, they're serious.
I feel like March is a really weird time to release a system, though.
And they probably figured, you know, they want to come out like in the spring, so that way, if they have like, you know, they don't have like a bunch of cool games in the summer, so people will have like more money to buy that, and then the winter, you know, would come, so people will have to like, you know, just more stuff for people to buy.
It's just it goes against like all video game selling logic, where, you know, you put out the thing in like November, like October, November, then people buy them for the holidays.
Yeah, well, but think about this.
Because there's always a video game
like,
drought in the summer. Nobody releases games in the summer.
Like, think about what's like the most popular thing in Hollywood right now: superhero movies. When did they all come out? Like March and April, May.
Yeah, but it just hasn't been
late spring.
It hasn't been the same thing for games ever.
No, I'm just saying, you know, just like in media.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just do it whenever they want. I don't know whether because they want to get it out when they do, or they just had to have extra working time on it that they just, you know, end up getting to release around the time, or if they have some other like grand thing they expect to announce in the in the winter, like the Switch XL or something.
Switch XL. You get a 1080p screen.
Yeah, really.
That's gonna be. Oh, I bet they would totally do that.
It's a Switch 64 controller where you can remove the parts on all 3 of the sections.
Wait, and they all attach to the tablet. Where do you put the middle part? I don't know.
They do have, I did see this like third-party controller that you put the Joy Grip or the Joy-Con like on the top of it, like on the side, like the Joy-Con is turned horizontally and you put it like on the top.
Why?
Like, and it makes it look kind of like a kind of like the original PS1 controller.
Okay, I don't really. Okay.
Where it was just like a joystick and like 4 buttons.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, so it's just one of the Joy-Cons horizontal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
The Joy-Cons, that's an interesting name, isn't it?
Joy-Con.
No, like the Wiimote makes sense. It was like a Wii remote. Joy-Cons.
It's a
like you're going to have fun.
It's a joyful controller, man. It's gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
Especially with that HD rumble. It'll make you so happy.
And they keep saying like, oh, it's great for parties and stuff like that. It's like you still got to use like your screen for like a lot of it.
It's great for parties.
Like you got to bring the console still.
Yeah. Well, the console just fits in the backpack.
Yeah, I mean, it's small, which is nice. Like it's basically just like a tablet.
Yeah. And the dock isn't much bigger.
Yeah, it's not like this giant Xbox or something.
What if the power bricks are like ridiculous on the Switch? What if it has gigantic like Xbox or PlayStation 3 power bricks?
There's like 2. It has like 3 bricks.
That's how we power it.
Nuclear fusion.
That's why it's only a 3-hour battery life when you take it away, because it needs that much power.
3 hours is just not enough, man.
I mean, it's low, but it's fine.
Yeah, but it's not. You're playing this game on like a 720 screen with these like really nice, like great games.
Yeah, I can't. The thing is, I mean, we're getting a bit long here, but I feel like I want to bring this up. I think it's really inconvenient to use as like a mobile system, unless you're the kind of person who's like into carrying tablets around, because it's this big tablet that you carry around with the controllers, and you'll set it up and you'll play the games, and I feel like that's a really inconvenient experience to just take around with you. Like the 3DS is tiny; it'll fit in a pocket. This thing will not fit in your pocket.
It's the size of a Game Gear
with the TV tuner.
It's not like, again, the whole thing is pretty small. You can fit it in a book bag.
Yeah, I guess.
Like go to like a bench or like or a place or something, and then just like take it out and just play for a bit.
Yeah, I guess.
And also keep in mind you're playing console quality games on the go, a lot more so on the go than just like around the house like the Wii U is.
But the thing is, these console quality games, they're probably not going to be designed with like mobile gameplay in mind. I don't think, with frequent saves and short levels and stuff like that, where it's like I just want to play a game on the bus, or I just want to whip out Mario.
I mean, you could play like Mario Kart or like Bomberman or something like that.
Or if it was a Pokemon, you could play a Pokemon. But then you have your games like your Zeldas and your Mario Odysseys. I don't think those are going to be really the same kind of caliber.
Well, I mean, games are different. I mean, yeah, they're not going to be so suited for portable gaming, but the fact that you can still do it for it work better for certain games is still like a nice thing just to have. I mean, again, you don't have to do it.
You can switch it.
Like the option is all there. Yeah, you can play it on your good old CRTV.
I want you to do that. When you get the Switch, you should just hook it up to a CRT. I don't know if I could.
What
you'd have to do is you'd have to get an HDMI to like composite converter.
For the longest time, I played my PS3 on my like CRTV because I didn't have an HD TV, and at the point where I was playing One Piece Pirate Warriors 1, and I could barely, like, the map was so tiny I could barely even see it. When I got an HD TV, it was just like, oh my god, oh, there's a map in this game. That helps so much.
It was the same thing with me and my Xbox 360 when I first got that, and then I even got an HD TV, but I was still using component cables instead of the HDMI cable. And I was like, wait a minute, I could use this cable instead. Oh my god, the pixels.
There's only one? It's not split in colors?
Oh man. Crazy.
As I'm looking back at my component switcher box filled with component cables everywhere. I'm interested in just how like Melee is going to turn out, like ported over.
It'll be fine. Well, maybe a little bit of input lag, but that's it.
I mean, in terms of like, because I'm like I follow the competitive scene to an extent,
Yeah.
so I'm interested in like how that turns out, or like GameCube adapters or stuff for that for the Switch.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make a GameCube. They're gonna do a rerun of the the Wii U GameCube adapter.
So that was the Nintendo Switch.
Sure was.
That's basically like all our thoughts. I'm sure we could talk about it for another like 10 minutes or so, or for a while. But that was kind of like the gist of it. The hardware, the games, what to look forward to, what we look forward to. So if you have any like questions or any things you want to ask us about our opinions for it, if you listen all this way, all 5 people that watch this, feel free to leave a comment, below. Like, share, subscribe, and subscribe to this guy.
Which guy?
You can plug yourself. You can plug yourself.
Oh man,
now,
I'll plug myself again. So I'm Yomarz. Like I said earlier, I do a channel where I review video games. I do a lot of crappy phone games and a show called Immobile. So check it out if you like crap.
You don't even talk about the Yomarz show anymore. It's all
That's where all the money is.
That's true. That's do you consider that your main show?
No,
now?
I still like my other show better, but Immobile is the more popular one, really. So yeah, check out my popular show, and if you like that, check out my less popular show that I like more.
And if you haven't seen if you're coming from his channel to my channel, why haven't you subscribed yet? No, obviously, I don't know how I'm supposed to explain it, but I do video game reviews too. I'm a man of a million series, apparently.
Mr. Atari'd.
Hey, I gotta pitch a show to you after this.
Boy.
So, I do a ton of variety of stuff.
He's a one-man variety show.
Check out my channel and to see all the cool shit I got on there. Like Friday the 13th Part 3 on Atari.
Ooh.
I guess I'll just cut it now, so see you all later.
See you guys. Adios. Buy a Switch or don't.
Amigos.
It's up to you.
Buy a Switch or die.